How's it going, YouTube? Dan the Plastic Man here. I hope you guys are doing well. This review has been a long time coming, so we'll just go ahead and jump into it, guys. Here it is, the finished Master Grade Infinite Justice Gundam. This is by far and above so far my favorite Master Grade that I've built in my 15 years of building Gundam kits. So, great detailing on the colors. This little piece of green here, and then there's a couple more here on the back of the leg and the calf. They really help set out the pink, and then the backpack being in purple. It's a very weird color scheme, but it works. It really does. Now, I didn't use any stickers on this. I didn't use any of the dry transfers or anything, and I didn't use any of the foil seals because that's the eyes, and these forehead cameras here, I just hit them with Gundam markers and then blue paint here and here. So, yeah, I mean, this is a really fun and a bulky suit when you've got it here with the backpack on. Now, if I were to take the backpack off, this thing is actually pretty lanky. But we'll go ahead and get into some articulation here, okay, guys? The head will move side to side because of this piece back here. It is very, very difficult to get this head to do a full Exorcist 360. I'm going to come back this way. Come on, come on. And the chin is fighting me. Come on. There we go. That was actually slightly tense. But the head, with some coercion, will go full 360. The funky chicken is very easy to do with this. The head will go that far up and that far down, even try to pop the cockpit open. I'm going to go ahead and pop the beam sabers out because they don't stay perfectly in these side skirts. The cockpit hatch just slides down like so. There's Atherin inside. Shin, live in fear. Okay. Shoulder posability. It will rotate 360 degrees. Just got to watch out for the backpack. The shoulder itself... Why are you fighting me all of a sudden? Will come out like so. It's actually trying to fight me, so I'm not going to wrestle with it and wind up breaking it. The arm will rotate 360 degrees below the shoulder. We get a nice 100 and... Why are you... We get a nice 180 out of the elbow. The hands are the 3-1 and the thumb. Let's call them 1.5 because they're not the 2.0 with the individual articulated knuckles. The hand will also go fully flat, and then the wrist is just your typical ball joint where you can wiggle around. The torso, let's get the backpack off for this next bit. Come on. There we go. There is a lock right here. Let me grab a point here. There's a lock right here. So we can come in and unlock, and the torso will now, you get a decent amount of ab crunch motion back to front. You don't get very much like going forward, but when you open that hatch, you get a decent amount going backwards. Okay, the torso itself will turn. Popping pieces off everywhere, I swear. One interesting piece of articulation is the side skirts themselves will actually slide up and down. The piece that they are built onto actually allows them to slide a bit. The front skirts are individual and will get out of the way. The leg will rotate at the hip itself, and then it will come out this far. There we go. Full split, easy. We'll come this far forward, and that far back. Now here comes some of the fun gimmicks of this suit as far as sliding armor. Here it comes. Moving the leg, we get a, let's call it a 140, but the thigh armor and the knee armor do slide. I missed this with some master grades. Now you can move this knee up and down a little bit extra. Keeping it like this though is for the beam blade that comes from the knee down to the toe. The foot will rotate at the ankle. You can go back and forth. The foot will also move up and down. And then one extra piece of articulation is the back skirt. It will open up, and then you can slide the hip joints out and lock them into place for a wider gait, more for aerial poses. And I did not bring an action base with me today for this review, so for now we will just keep this locked in your typical standing pose. Now let's get on to the articulation of the backpack, because there is a decent amount of articulation in the backpack itself. Now, here's the backpack, and some of our articulation is sliding cannons and sliding engine covers. We have a nose cone that will extend when the backpack has been sent out on its own, and then we have a gear system that when you pull to the side opens the wings. Couple demos there, and then we can also angle them up like so. And that is the articulation for the backpack. I'll go ahead and move on to some of the accessories. We have a beam rifle. Very well designed beam rifle, and I love the color separation on this. We've got the black for, well, the inner frame gray for most of the body. We've got the white, then the pink. We've got two pink circle pieces here that go on the edge, and then we've got a clear piece that I did paint some clear blue on, and the Gundam itself will hold the rifle. There have been complaints about these hands and their lack of being able to really hold weapons. I find that it just takes a little extra finesse and just having the fingers be right, and it will hold the rifle, no trouble. And our other accessories. Let's take a look at the beam sabers. We have two. They're fairly good size when you get right down to it. And one thing you can do is you can take the ends off, because one thing about both versions of Justice and Freedom, you can actually go Darth Maul with your beam sabers, and they include a separate centerpiece that is all just one little piece with a notch for you to get the hand to hold it. So we'll use the right hand here, get the thumb out of the way, line up the notch, come on. Very difficult trying to line this up while I'm also watching the screen on my camera to make sure that I'm not pulling this out of view for you guys. There we go. It's in. Wrap the fingers around. And he is now armed and going Darth Maul style. Now give me just 1 second, guys. I'm about to run out of time on this particular video, but I'll be right back and we'll continue on with the accessories. Alright, I'm back, and now that we've gone over the rifle and the beam sabers, here comes one of my favorite accessories, and it's the shield. This has been called a Swiss Army knife shield by a few other reviewers, and I completely agree because of all the extra goodies that we get. Firstly, we get a sparkly beam blade that will plug in right here and make this a combat shield with a very impressive beam blade on the end of it. And for most of you will know that this pink part will separate and become a beam boomerang for the Infinite Justice. And you can actually extend the handle out just a little bit. and then just pop it back on here. The Infinite Justice also has a grapple stinger. I do not know what happened to my leader wire, but it would just... You'd basically pull that piece off. There would be a wire that you would connect to the back here and a small plug piece that would go in here, and you're going to have this sticking out. And then the final really cool piece of this shield is that on top of being a physical shield, they also give you an effect part to make this a beam shield on top of a physical shield. It's, in my mind, it's a little bit of overkill, but at the same time, Seed and Destiny were pretty much overkill series. Now the question is, am I going to be able to line this up as I should? Let's try it this way. Get that lined up. Lock it in. And why are you fighting me all of a sudden? It typically does not do this. It's supposed to just lock in and snap back. In place like so. It's what it's supposed to do, but as you can see, mine is just fighting me hideously. I'll give it one more try. Use a little extra persuasion here to see if there's a ridge that it's supposed to be grabbing onto. And into the shield, clamp it down. Do not bump the beam effect part at all, even though it's going to want to roam freely on its own. And lo and behold, I finally got it locked in. Now I'm not going to really touch it or anything, but here is what it looks like, guys. So, let's get that off. And we'll show you how the shield plugs onto the forearm of the Infinite Justice. So we've got two square holes on each arm, each forearm. And you just take the piece, this plug right here, and drop it in. It's a pretty strong connection, so I typically leave it there and don't really deal with having the suit try to hold it. And we have a couple more effect parts to go over. We have these very cool effect parts, which actually plug into the wings of the backpack. Just like so. Oh, it must be a Murphy day. There we go. That is one beam effect part locked into the wing. Here comes the other one. And there we go. Cutting blades engaged. Let's plug the backpack back onto the Gundam, which is gonna, especially in this mode, it's gonna make it back heavy as sin, so here he is with the backpack in full flight mode. I'm trying to keep him somewhat balanced. Why he's fighting me like this, I don't know. Other than the fact that I just threw the balance off. Come on. Feet, why are you... Hey! He's standing. Nice! And then we've got two more beam effect parts. These. And they are for the knees and feet. So we got one. And there it is. I'm not going to show the other one off because it's exactly the same size. They give you a smaller one that you can actually like heat up and bend to for more of a swipe kick, but I'm still just amazed I can get this guy to stand like this. But this has been the Master Grade Infinite Justice. I hope you guys have liked the video and liked the review in general. I'm sorry it took me so long, but that is it. So if you guys liked the video, leave me a like, subscribe to me, leave me some comments. I love reading comments and getting to know you guys. And I hope you guys have yourselves a good day. Look forward to more reviews coming, because we just had the mail call Christmas haul, so all those suits are going to be upcoming. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I will see you guys at the next video. Bye-bye.